All right. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Distortion Survivor Timeline of Terror Rites of Passage. We are here with the final four. We have Cam, Jonathan, Adam, and Lauren. And these four on Thursday will compete for a chance to be the sole survivor of Distortion Survivor Timeline of Terror. But in the meantime, we are here for Rites of Passage, where we go down the line and we commemorate our fallen soldiers that have been voted out before us. So with that, we will get started right away. And we are going to start with Anthony. And again, Anthony was not on any of you guys' tribes. So, but if you guys want to speak on Anthony, you can.
I don't really know him. I've honestly never even heard of him before this game. So I don't really have much to say about him, unfortunately.
All
Uh,
right.
Um, I will say, yeah, I did not know Anthony prior to this game. And I didn't really talk to Anthony that much, even in the like I don't remember the time capsule. That's what we called the little group for the battle back. But Anthony, I know how much you wanted to come back into the game, and how you wanted to really prove yourself that you didn't suck. I know you felt like you had a lot of uh things to make right. Um, and I hope I was able to make that happen for you. I really, really was worried that you were going to beat me in that challenge. You were killing it. At every single puzzle that came in, you were getting first place, first place, first place. I was like, oh, damn, I know who I need to be worried about. Uh, Unlucky for you, Tower of Hanoi just wasn't on your side. But you scared me for a second there. I thought you were going to be taking my spot back in the game. But it's great meeting you. Maybe I'll see you again some other time.
I
All
know this is two games in a row where Anthony has been in the same game as me, and it's just hasn't worked out your way. But I do want to say you seem awesome. I was going through all the cast photos at the start of the season with my mom, who I was visiting my parents, and uh, my mom did not like my cast photos. She wanted me to like have a normal photo, but then she saw yours, Anthony, and she was like, "Okay, like yours is just as crazy." So um, I just want to say thanks for having a crazy cast photo like me this season.
I've never interacted with Anthony. I knew of him before the game because he played season 3 of Spellbound and got taken out pretty early there. It was very unfortunate to see him get taken out early here as well. I really was excited to see him because I felt like in season 6, like he got worst move, I got worst move. I feel like we would have connected very well together because like feel like just a little common denominator there. And I mean, it's unfortunately it just didn't work out, but hopefully there's another time that I can get to actually meet him.
right. Next up on our list is the other boot from the double first boot, and that would be Timmy.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad he got out early just because I played with him in my original season and he was on my tribe and he wasn't very nice to me. So, no heart, like, no upset feelings for me. So,
Lauren, Timmy wasn't on your original tribe.
oh, was he not? Oh, I thought he was. Never mind then. Ignore me.
um, Timmy was on my tribe and Adams. Um, I just want to say, from all the interactions I've had with Timmy, Timmy is one of the nicest people I've ever met, and I'm sad that we ended up on opposite sides right off the bat. Um, but Timmy is just he's a master of holding information until he needs to give it up. And whenever I play with Timmy, I play the same way, and it's we just kind of both hold information against each other. And I just want to say, like, Timmy is so good at that, and um, unfortunately, it being the same play style as me, um, I it just went down the way it did the first round. Uh,
I really think, Timmy, you getting out in the first tribal council, I know you won't because I know you've played a bunch of these games and you know how it is, but it's not a testament to you being, oh, like a bad player. I think it's the exact opposite. People were absolutely terrified of you and the connections that you had and the connections that you could make. I've seen you play a lot of games, and every single time I see how well you're able to integrate yourself socially, how well you're able to make people like you. And I think that's because at the end of the day, like you are, like Jonathan was saying, just a genuinely really nice guy. Um, I really hated having to be part of what took you out the first round. I did, but I knew that if you didn't get out early, you were going to be making a deep run this season and a deep run that I don't think others would have been able to take down.
Oh my lord. I love Timmy so much as a person, like one of the sweetest people I know. However, when I saw him on this cast, I was scared. I tell you, I was scared because of the exact same reasons. He is a good, smart player. And like at the same time, I really was excited to like get to play another game with him, but at the same time, like it was a blessing in disguise that he got taken out early. But like hopefully like he knows that like he is loved, and like he definitely, I feel like if he had made it further, I agree he would have 100% like had a deep run in this game. I agree. And just a lovely person, and can't wait to talk to you again.
All right. After Timmy, we have Vanessa.
Honestly, I don't know Vanessa. I've never seen her really play. Kind of sad that a girl went out that early since there was like only four girls in this game. So kind of sad. I would have liked to get to know her. So
I've just got to say, Vanessa is mother. I was so excited to see Vanessa play this game. I really, really, really wanted to see her make merge because I kid you not, if she had made merge, I would have sheeped her because she is just that iconic. Like, I love Vanessa. I was so sad she was taken out. Like, I had not seen her play an org in like a long time. I think the last org she had played before this was Distortion season 2. So like seeing her get taken out that early like really sucked. I was so excited to see her.
I didn't know who Vanessa was before this game. Um, However, every single like I don't want to say interaction because I didn't have an interaction with you per se, but every interaction I heard of people having with you was a good one, if that makes sense. You definitely through this game, through like the time capsule, through even being in the merge, your name definitely echoed through as someone who was just a bright light and a joy. And I am very, very, very excited to go back in time a little bit and watch that tribal where you and Kevin have a screaming match because that seems iconic. Um, and I hope you ate that man up point blank in the period.
Yeah, Vanessa was my winner pick playing the first season of Distortion, and I don't often pick winner picks I don't know, but I just had that feeling about you, and I both wanted to meet you in this game, and I'm glad I didn't have to compete against you because I think you would have done really well had you made the merge.
All right. Next up is Brian De Leon.
Oh, I love him, to be honest. I wish he was more active in this game. I really wanted to work with him. Like, I knew he would have like voted with me. Then wouldn't feel so alone in my original tribe. No offense, Cam.
I
I
was
felt
with
kind of alone in that tribe.
I was working with you, Lauren.
Girl.
Okay, let's it's about
All right.
Brian.
All right, I will say I was kind of intrigued to see Brian on the cast. Like, I know he can be a messy, fun player to play with. I just wish he would have been active because I know that like if he had made it deep into this game, this season would have been messier than it was, than it already was. And like we all know this season was a mess. So like just imagine a Brian De Leon in that mess. Like things would have gone down. I would have loved it. But yeah, unfortunately just was not around. But hopefully in another game we can cross paths again.
I don't really have much of a knowledge of who you are. It sucks that you were inactive, but you know, life comes first. I don't really know what was going on. I heard you were on a cruise, which if so, slay, that's iconic. I hope you had a great time. But I will say um the fact that you were one of the few people coming into this game that had made it to a final tribal council and you got out so early, I definitely think that that changed how the game would have gone. You were one of the few people who knew what an end game and distortion looked like. And had you been able to make it farther, you know, got off your trip, start to be active again, I really think that you could have shaken the game up. But we all know there's a million games. You can go play another one. You can slay that one. You've shown you can make it to the end in a game. I don't think it's going to be the last time that happens for you.
Yeah, I think the only times I had seen Brian play before he was always a part of the end game, like Final Five or better. And when I saw you on the cast, Brian, I was just like, we're doomed. this is this is the guy I have to get out of here as fast as I can or make good friends with as fast as I can. And um yeah, I was sad to see that life was busy, but that like life is more important than these games. So I'm sure we'll see you in the final two, final three again sometime soon.
All right. Next up is Kevin.
Kevin motherfucking Falk, you have a reputation that spans just games. But what I will say about you is that you put your heart and your soul into any game you play, whether you're out first, whether you make it far. You always care. You don't go into a game and put anything less than 100%. And I admire that about you so much. A lot of people, you know, you might have a reputation of being chaotic and messy or paranoid, but at the end of the day, you're chaotic, messy, and paranoid because you can, a lot of times, you know, when you're a good enough player to be able to read the people around you, you can understand when like, oh, I might be getting votes for me. And that's exactly what happens with you. You can see the writing on the wall, you know, people are coming for you. So then you fight, you try to get yourself out of that corner. And does it always work? No. But like I said, I really admire the fact that you never will stop fighting. And yeah, you were someone who, while I was on the original Lucipis tribe, that you were a topic of conversation, my friend. When we had our tribe calls and we were like, oh, who do we think we should send to the headquarters? You were always someone whose name was brought up, really because we thought that you would bring that type of chaos. So You did. You fought. You fought someone. That's so exciting. I'm pretty sure you got ate up, but it'll be entertaining to watch regardless.
Oh my lord. I want to say I apologize for accidentally poking you on Facebook like a few days ago. But yeah, I was very interested to see what Kevin was going to bring to this season because I had just hosted him on Spellbound and like he played a really good game there, not gonna lie. And like I wanted to see like if you would bring that energy here, but unfortunately he just got taken out early and who knows, maybe his next game will be another win. And I'm also so excited to see the Vanessa Kevin tribal. That's gonna be an adventure. I just know it.
Honestly, I kind of forgot you were in this game. So when Timmy said at the swap something about you saying that I'm inactive, I'm like, who the fuck is Kevin? I apologize. I totally like was in my own little world, but like I apologize. I do know who you are. I thought about it after the call. So, but I mean, I played your game and stuff, and it was a messy kind of game. You swapped us every freaking round. You're kind of iconic. I feel like everybody knows who you are. So, I mean, I would like to play with you.
Um, Kevin is one of my favorite people on the planet. I I played that game of Spellbound with Kevin. I worked with Kevin. Um, Kevin, to you, I just want to say, no matter how many people say you're chaotic, messy, I secretly I think you're one of the most strategic geniuses I've played with in multiple games, and um, yeah, I was so excited to see you in this season. You've got a great mind for the game, and honestly, you make games more fun. And because you need some of the chaoticness to make these games fun, I think. And Kevin does not you do not fail at making these games fun.
All right, next up, and the next person voted out, we have Adam D. No, I'm just kidding.
It was me. Oh my God. I love you so much. You're my favorite person on this planet. Oh, you were so robbed. I'm really sad you
Wait,
got put out.
who's Adam D again?
Anyways, next up,
His twin. I'm just
we have enough Adams in this game, but next up, we have Tyler.
Oh, Tyler, I love you so much. I had not known you before this game started at all. The only thing I knew about you was that you were a Jen Rudolph stan. And if there's one thing about me, well, Jen Ram, sorry, Jen Ram stan. But if there's one thing about me is that I am a Jen Ram stan certified. So coming in on our original tribe, we connected real quick based on that. However, remember a second ago when Seb said I got voted out? You ran your mouth too much, bro. Like you ran your mouth so much, and that got me out. I trusted you and I trusted Adam V, and we had our little three, we had our little alliance, but you couldn't shut your mouth without telling everyone. And so people voted me out because of it. And then you got taken out. And then Adam V got taken out. I love you a lot, and I'm really glad that I met you in this game. But goddamn, bro, when you go into your next game, when you make an alliance with people that you trust, because from what I hear, you were devastated, heartbroken, heart shattered that I got voted out. Don't leak your alliances with those people. Please, please. But I love you though.
um, Tyler, I just want to say that I really enjoyed being in an alliance with you two this game. And that's the thing about you. I think you have this ability to connect well with everybody, make alliances with everybody, and when it works for you, it works incredible. And when it all comes crashing down at you, it happens really fast. But you are by far one of the most entertaining strategic people I've ever met. Like I just want to sit down and play board games with you. I want to sit down, play any type of game with you, Tyler. One of my favorite people. I'm glad I was one of the people that you trusted with one of your many alliances this game.
Honestly, Tyler, I was gonna work with you. You literally threw my name the night after you asked, for one. And I knew literally within seconds because I was on call and they were like, Tyler just said your name. So, I mean, that didn't last too long. So, I would have worked with you. I would, like, I really didn't even want to write your name down till you threw my name out because I had told Lee the day before, no, I don't want to do Tyler. But then you threw it out. So I'm like, I'm down now. We can kick him out.
Oh, Tyler, the king of Fall Guys. I love you so much as a person, but like I love you in the nicest way possible. You did do this to yourself because first you tell me about Austin's idol, and then you tell me that you don't trust Lee, and then you tell me that you're voting for Lauren and didn't expect me to tell her that you were trying to get her voted out. So unfortunately, I just had to vote you there and like had to like push your name. But like it's nothing but respect. Like I hope there's another opportunity we can play with each other in any game. And hopefully next time things can turn out better for the both of us.
I just add something as well. Um, when you come back to these games and you are a finalist competing against a lot of like pre-merge players and people coming back for second chances because they flopped the first time, that puts a huge target on your back. And as somebody coming back as a finalist, you can either like try and blend into the wall so nobody notices you, or you can play big. And I just really appreciated that Tyler played big this season.
And did.
And it
All right, next up is Adam V.
Uh, my name twin. I'm I'm really sad with how things went this season for you. I really felt like you were someone who I trusted a lot, someone who I really wanted to work with. I think that's evident by me telling you about the plan to take you out, me trying to make sure that you could use the idol to save yourself. Um, but it was unfortunate that other people misread me trying to I feel very responsible for you getting out. I think that had I not said anything at all, um, I would have gotten voted out. I think that you still would have had an idol in your pocket, and I think you would have been in the merge. Um, but you can't change that. Um, and I'm sorry because I feel, like I said, I feel responsible for some of the reasons why the rounds went the way they went and you got out. But one thing I'll say about you is that you are one of the sweetest souls that I have met in these orgs. Uh, and I hope that you can come back again and play an org and not have to feel like your back is so against the wall, because I know that you've had that feeling both your original season and in this season, and that's not the experience you want to have in playing your first two orgs. So I hope that next time you play, you don't have to feel that way. But yeah, I was thinking about something and I went off on a different tangent. So
So
Yeah.
this is the only org he's ever played.
he's
Oh,
played
because I was like, he looks familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah,
um
I nope, sorry. I'm a big fan of you, Adam B. I from our first call that we had, I really connected with you well, and I think the only reason things went the way they did was because I could feel you pulling away slowly, and I was like, oh, I don't like this feeling. And I just want you to know, like, my first impression of you, Adam, was that this is somebody I want to go deep into this game with, and I really like you as a person. I really like that. You made the choice to focus on school. That's something that hits close to me. And I just hope that you enjoyed the early part of this game.
When I tell you that, like, I would be during the cast reveal, I was on a Zoom with Adam V, and like we were watching it together, like all the Facebook posts, and like I was talking, like saying, like, "Oh, this person's here," and then Adam V got revealed, and my jaw dropped because I was just. And then every time that like I would join a Zoom with friends and Adam V was there, I had a heart attack every fucking time. But yeah, he's a really nice guy. Really nice guy. I've hosted him in an org in the past before, like which was like a few months ago on CBB Discord org. It's just selfless plug. Um, but yeah, I was excited to see you on the cast though. And to see you get taken out so early with like that whole idol situation going on as well really sucked because I really, really wanted to meet you in this game so bad.
I honestly was hoping he was gonna say more when I got sent to that like I don't remember what the
The
room's called.
headquarters.
Yeah. But he like literally didn't say anything. So it was like, oh, this is kind of sad. And then it ended, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm never going to talk to him, I guess. I wanted to talk to him, but it just never happened.
All right, and last but not least for our free jurors is our very own Lee. Now I do have to mention because I just said this yesterday. So Lee, if you're watching, we've only had two people make merge and not make jury, and they're both from season one. So sorry, Lee. Anyways, you guys can continue.
Lee, you were one of the people who I was most incredibly excited to have the opportunity and chance to play this game with. Only because, well, not only, well, we're gonna rewind. You were one of the people I was most excited to play this game with for a lot of reasons. You are entertaining, you are loyal, but you are also messy and chaotic in the best way possible. And for me, that was like, wow, the check marks everything that I want in an ally because you would have been messy, you would have been chaotic, you would have been crazy, but I know you would have been dead set loyal to my ass, and that would have been great. It would have been so great for me. But at the end of the day, um, you got that cut right at merge and you were the last person there before the battle back. And I know how much you wanted to come back in and shake shit up. Um, so I hope that I made you proud in this. I hope that I got revenge on the people who you wanted me to get revenge on. And I hope that, yeah, I hope you're proud of me. And I really hope that the time comes for us in the future to actually be able to play a game together because I want it so much. Please.
I
Oh,
honestly love Lee so much. He's like my little brother. We've been friends for years. I probably still would have voted his ass out if I would have known because maybe not. I don't know. I really, I would have eventually, not that round, but it's he kind of did to himself because he wanted to go and tell Vicky what I told him. I was just trying to look out for him, and he went and he exposed it, and then it blew up and everything. And I'm like, Lee, no, no, you need to calm down. So I'm really sad that he left so early because I know that he really gets passionate about these games. And every game I play with him, he always leaves pre-merge because of something that he does. I'm so sad.
oh, I love Lee so much personally. One of the funniest people I know from Rhonda, Tennessee, Ann Perkins, and of course, you can't forget Willie Pork. We had the Willie Pork Alliance with Lauren. It was beautiful.
Really pork.
We actually had an alliance called the Willie Pork Alliance. And
And
it
then he
was
voted him out.
and yeah, I've
Ended.
uh but yeah. That whole merge vote was a lot because of the whole like information misunderstanding thing that happened between like you, Lauren, me somehow being thrown into it, and like everybody just somehow hearing about it, and then you throwing out Nick's name, and I was really close to Nick at the time. So, like, when it came down to you throwing out Nick's name, I told Nick immediately, and yeah, I did have to vote you out there. But I hope you don't hold any hard feelings against me because I do love you so much as a person. You're so funny, and like maybe next time we can actually do it.
Yeah, we didn't get to interact with a lot, but I could tell that you were somebody who was really fun to work with in this game and someone who put a lot of effort into it. And I just really appreciated that.
All right, and that marks off all the pre-jurors. Now, at this point of the game, Adam had just returned, so yeah. And so in 13th, we have Joppy.
Choppy, you were someone who I did not get to interact with much, but every interaction that I did have with you was positive. I remember a time in the Lucipus 2.0, like the swap tribe. Um, I don't remember exactly what it was, but you had said some word that's like a South African slang, and you were like, I just want to see y'all learn how to pronounce. I just want to see y'all pronounce it right. And so I sent an audio recording of me saying, I can't even remember what the word was, but that became like our little inside thing because you were like, oh yes, I don't know why you sounded Australian, but yes, you did it right. And that just stuck with me because I don't know. It was just stupid and it was funny and it stuck with me that you would drag me like that in front of a public chat. I thought it was kind of funny. But I understand how hard this game was for you because almost, let's be real, basically the entire cast was in the same, if not off by 2-3 hours time zone. You were the only person in the cast that wasn't from North America, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. However, the fact that you were still able to make it to merge, I think that shows just what an impact you have on people, and the little time that you are able to actually still have that, uh, like same time together to actually talk. Um, yeah, I can't figure out the word and that's bugging me, so I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Oh, Joppy, my drinking buddy. We would always be talking about like what we're drinking, and it was fun. Uh, but yeah, I really wish we could have possibly gone deeper into this game, but a lot of people did not want to keep you around. Unfortunately, we're always talking about voting you. I was like really wanted to keep you around too. You're like a very fun person to be around, and like I just know that like if we had stuck together for longer, it would have been like a blast.
Yeah. I know if I had talked with you more, Joppy, I would have absolutely wanted to keep you. I was really surprised you went the round you did. That whole thing came together very last minute on my end, at least. And I just want to say I really enjoyed your presence in the game. You are super fun to be around. You're super fun to talk to. And yeah, so glad you were here.
Joppy, I honestly loved our calls. Like, it was like really fun and not really a dull moment. Like, we usually were laughing about stupid stuff, honestly. And then I remember when you made a chat with me and Cam and told us we were your favorite people. I don't know if you still feel that way. I mean, I feel like your downfall could have been part of my fault since the whole lead thing, because you were the one that told me about Jackie and Vicky to begin with. And then, like, it all made you seem like a liar, according to Jackie, because she said you guys were close. So Yeah. So then it made it seem like you were just a number. But I do love you as a person, honestly. I wish we could have talked more. I know you got really busy with starting a new job and everything. So I really hope it's all going well.
All right. After Joppy in 12th place is Vicky.
I really was excited to see Vicky on this cast, honestly. Unfortunately, she was probably the person that I had spoken to the least game wise. So, like, I just hope that after this game, we can get to know each other some more because I was really, really excited to like get to meet her in the game. And unfortunately, the cards landed where they did. But who knows? Maybe there's a next time and we can work together. And like, yeah, you're such a nice person. And like you're great.
I honestly wish we talked more because I did like our conversations when we did. I just felt like you took forever to respond to me. But I always heard great things about you from Lee. So I was really excited when merge came. And then when you like took 2 days to answer me after like we merged, I was like, wait, she don't like me. So but then I realized you were a part of like the CTC host and like then I was like, oh my God, I love her. So I really wish we would have talked more in this game, and I wish she would have been around longer.
Yeah. Vicky, I was just waiting for that one thing that could tie us together in the game that would get us far, but we just never had that moment where we were like, yeah, we can really work together on this. And that's okay. Like sometimes that happens in games, but I really like you as a person, Vicky. I really think that you're going to be back in this game again one day. You are a star in this game. And I just really enjoyed getting to play this game with you, even though we weren't on the same side for a lot of it.
I know that I've said for a handful of people that they are some of my favorite people in the org community, but Vicky, you are genuinely my favorite person in the org community. And I was so excited when I saw you revealed for this game. I was so excited when we got swapped onto the same tribe together. Um, Circumstances, my vote out, we don't have to beat that dead horse. We know everything that happened with that. But ultimately, me leaving you out of the plan to take Jackie out really was only from my perspective for your own protection. And I really hope that you know that. I really was trying to make sure you weren't attached to something so that you could still protect yourself. And then when we got to the merge, um, it sucked being kind of basically thrown in back into the game and kind of being pushed into being with the minority. However, knowing that you were there as well made it a lot easier for me because I knew that I wasn't just there as a number, that I was there and I had someone who I trusted and who trusted me. And seeing you get out, I know that you felt like your game was over for that whole round, but seeing you go out that way really, really shattered my heart because know I know things could have been different that round and things should have been different that round. An idle play could have changed everything. And that's the one thing that I regret most in this game is not pushing Austin to use his idol more to shake things up the round before to save you. Yeah, you went out way too soon. And I really, really hope we get the opportunity to play a game again sooner rather than later because you're so fun. Please.
All right. After Vicky, we have 11th place, which is Jackie.
All
No one
right,
wants to start?
I'll start. Uh, a fellow goth kid. Oh, Jackie. Like, such a fun person. I loved talking to Jackie. We, like, one of our calls, we literally just played Race Around the World for 3 hours. No joke. Like, she was so easy to get along with, easy to talk to, and, like, honestly, like, one of my people that I consider, I think that we genuinely will be close friends after this game, for sure. However, I knew that if I didn't vote you out there, then I would not be here right now, like at all. And like I know that like it really hurt me to do, but like I knew I had to do it. And like you genuinely are an amazing, and I genuinely hope that we can keep in contact after this because you are genuinely one of my favorite people to talk to in the game. And yeah, love you.
Jackie, you are someone who uh, I really wasn't sure what to expect. Like we've talked about, I was close with Tyler on my original tribe, and um, we all there's some stuff between the two of you that isn't the best. So I wasn't sure what to expect when I got onto a tribe with you. However, the call that the two of us had was incredible. I really felt your pure soul, and that was ultimately why I feel in the strangest of ways that we were never actually able to be on the same footing because as much as I liked you, um, I knew that you are a very, very, very similar soul to what I feel like I am in the sense of a game. And I was threatened by you, point blank. And when I came back into the game, I felt like I was very, very honest with you about what happened, why I did what I did, and why things fell the way they were. And when you didn't do the same to me, it put me in a rough spot to where I knew that if the opportunity came to push myself forward, I couldn't hold back on making sure you were the person who I targeted instead to make sure that happened. Um, Echoing everything Cam said though, I've gotten to know you a bit more and you are just so sweet. I love you. Um, and I'm really excited to grow our friendship outside of this game.
I
I
was really excited.
personally, oh, you can go ahead.
I was really excited to play a lot of this game with you, Jackie. Ultimately, it came down to I thought you were playing too strong of a game. I thought you are just able to like take over a room and get everyone to like you so easily. And I was just like internally panicking. I was like, oh no, like Jackie is might be closer with these people than me. And they came down to like I was sure I had to vote you out to um to get farther and deep into this game. I do really like you a lot, though, Jackie. I enjoyed just all the teacher stories that we got to share with each other, and I'm glad we got to play with each other this game. It wasn't the first time we played together. We had played a previous game together, so it's great to be able to connect with you again as well.
I personally feel like you don't really like me that much. Like, it's kind of why I didn't really talk to you. I feel like you were like forcing yourself to talk to me. I don't know what I ever did. So when I went to the swap, I felt a lot better because then I found people that actually wanted to talk to me, and the vibes were a lot different than on the OG tribe. So then when I got to the merge, I knew that I wasn't ever going to work with you because I could tell the vibe just was not there. So yeah, I never really got to know you like everyone else, but I mean, I I did what I did. So
All right. After Jackie, we get to Billy's big brother, and we have Nick.
Nick. I want to start off by saying that just in genuinely, my biggest regret, like my biggest thing that I wish I could take back in this game really is that during that round, I told you that no matter what, I would save you. Um, I feel awful about saying that to you. I want you to know that when I said that to you, I did mean it from a genuine place. However, my genuine place was because I thought noms were going to go a certain way and they didn't. I didn't think that I would have to choose between you and Mike. I thought I was going to have to choose between you and Brian or you and Alex. Um, so I am sorry. I know it's shitty. I know that's something that you might be upset about, but I want you to know that that was never my intention to just lie to lie to you. However, in this game, you really showed your cards with me very early. Um, you went to me, trying to offer a hand and trying to offer some form of working together. But anytime I gave you even the smallest little bit of information, other people were coming to me with that information immediately. So I knew that I was not able to trust you. And once I know that I can't trust you, there's not much I can do moving forward with that. I wish things would have been different, but unfortunately, we just were on opposite sides. We both know that. Um, yeah, you really almost got me though, the round that Jackie went out. I knew the entire time you were trying to get me to throw Brian's name out there. I was saying it to everyone who I was working with. I was like, this man is trying to get me to throw Brian's name out. And as soon as I told you that I felt like people would think I'd want to go after Brian, Brian was in my DMs asking why I was after him. And I was like, see, I knew it. And you did it without me even having to say anything. So like for me, I think that was the like final little wax seal on your Scarlet Letter that showed me that we really weren't going to have a future in this game. However, you're great. I enjoyed the personal conversations we had. Um, and I know you well enough to know that you can separate game from personal.
I really enjoy playing these games with Nick. So much so that in my first game of Distortion, I completely threw my game away trying to save Nick the first round. After that, everyone called me shady and um, not trustworthy, and I couldn't make a single alliance the whole season just for trying to save Nick, and I tried so hard. Um, so when I came into this game, I was like, we have to make up for what happened last time in Distortion. We both made it to merge, both made it to jury. Um, but it ultimately came down to a situation where I had to decide, do I throw myself out there to try and save Nick again, or do I learn from my mistake last time? And um, yeah, that's how it ended up going down. But you are one of my favorite people. I really enjoy playing these games with you. Next time, if you let me know you have an idol, I will throw myself out there to save you again. And yes, you're awesome, Nick.
Honestly, I enjoyed our conversations before the merge because we talked quite a bit. You're one of the only ones that would like talk to me a lot on the tribe, but then like when we merge, like I could tell that like we weren't going to be voting the same, and I didn't want it to be like when we were in Spellbound and like how we targeted each other like the whole game, well, the whole merge. So I was really hoping things could be different. But then we didn't talk for 3 rounds, and I know it works both ways, and I didn't reach out either. But I mean, I just didn't feel like I could trust you with you and Jackie being very messy and throwing out like everybody's names. And I do feel bad for nomming you, but I had to nom you with your right hand man, Mike. Like one of you had to go. So
Oh, Nick, my original final two, my goth kid. Oh man, I love Nick so much. And like voting him out was one of the hard things for me that I had to do in this game because I had a genuine bond with him. We had like plans together. We had done some crazy shit together in this game that I want to reveal at Final Tribal Council. And like it was so fun playing with you. Like I genuinely felt like I could fully trust you in this game, and I don't feel that way about a lot of people. And like I really hated that it was you and Mike on the block, because had it been you nominated next to like probably anybody else, I would have voted to keep you. Like I genuinely like wish that it could have worked out better for us. And I hope that after this game we can maintain communication, because like I feel like our bond this game is a bond that will go past this game because you're amazing.
All right. And next up is Brian Weber.
All right, Brian, one of my favorite people on the planet. He was in my first game I had ever played, and we decided to call ourselves Team Rocket in that game. And if we ever made it to the end of a game together, we were going to do the Team Rocket motto in front of the entire jury from Pokemon. And just one of my favorite people out there. You're so genuine, Brian. Your desire to just get to know everybody, play all sides of the game strategically, get a little chaos out there. Um, just everything about your game, I'm a big fan of. I know it catches up to you sometimes, um, but I really one day I want to see you get that win, Brian, because I know you've been so close, and that's just something I'm excited to see you do one day because it's going to happen. I'm calling it.
Oh my lord. I was so excited to see Brian on this cast because last time we played together was Distortion Survivor Season 2, and that was before we were Spellbound together. And like I just really was excited to see him play the game. And like unfortunately we were just never on the same tribe. But then when we met up at the Timeline headquarters, like we immediately connected there. And it was great to like get to finally chat with you in the game and then merge together. Although sometimes with all of the peace and love in the world, you stressed me out in this game because like it was always like I was saying I was nervous, you were saying you were nervous because you were hearing your name. And like unfortunately I did have to vote you there. And like you're amazing. Like outside of the game, I know we're always going to be friends. And like yeah, I was just so happy to see you and can't wait to like talk to you after the season.
Honestly, Brian, I really wish that Jonathan would have voted with us that round. So we had the votes. We had the votes to keep you. Like, but no, it's fine. I really wanted things to be different from when we played Hypnotic, when we were not together. So, but we didn't we worked closely like one round. That was good, I guess, because we didn't really talk too much, but I wish we talked more. But I think you're just busy with like stuff in life. So,
Ryan, our relationship in this game was wild. Um, when the cast reveal happened, when I saw you were on my tribe, um, I had butterflies in my stomach. I was very, very, very nervous because in games, you and I do not have the best history with each other. First game we played together, you took me out. Second game we played together, I took you out. And I was really, really, really hoping that we would have the opportunity in this game to work together. I was very, very honest with you about things in the game. I can look back and I can see your perspective, and I can understand why you felt like the way things lined up that I wasn't being fully truthful with you, but I would need you to know that at the end of the day, like when we talked, I genuinely had zero idea that Adam had that idol. I was spitballing with you on things we could do to save him. And I said, if he has the idol, that's a great avenue for us. Turns out he did have the idol. And I can see and I can understand why that would make you think that I knew all along. And it made you feel like me and him were a lot closer, but it just wasn't the case. Unfortunately, after I came back in the game, once again, I really did want to trust you so bad, but I did not want to walk out of this game like a fool with egg on my face, getting screwed over by you twice. So when the opportunity rose for me to get you out, I had to take it. Um, You are so good though at planting those seeds, fanning the fire and then running away, making a little chaos and then running away and letting everyone figure out what to do with that chaos while you just sit back and watch. And when I tell you that it almost worked out for you, it's crazy. That round I had people who were 100% on board with voting you out freak out and decide that the vote needed to flip onto Jonathan instead because the chaos that you threw was working. Um, of course, I had to rein it back in and reel it back in to make sure that my plan went ahead and you got out. But the fact that you were able to get so many people who were completely dead set on wanting you out to change that up just by the little chaos you spread shows how good of a gamer you are. And you're going to get that win very soon.
All right, next up is Alexander.
Honestly, I love Alex as a person. We played very closely and we're minority in this last game we played. I can't remember what game it was. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I knew that he was going to win out comps if we would have kept him during that live night. So, like, I was like, he's got to go. Like, I mean, he wasn't really open and honest with me about things. He had kind of lied about who voted Vicky in that vote because I had asked Austin, and Austin had no reason to lie at that point. So we'll see if it's true or not. So I don't know why he would lie about it, but we'll see.
Oh, Alex, I was so excited to see you on this cast, man, because like this was the first we got to like play a game together and like get to know each other some more. And like I genuinely know that like we're gonna stay friends outside of this game. However, like I knew like deep inside that like game wise, it just wasn't gonna work out. Like I saw you as probably the biggest jury threat in my mind. I could be very off with that, but I saw you as like the biggest threat to my game because you were also in alliances with people that didn't include me, and I had known about the alliances. And like, I just really, really feel like you are an amazing player, and like you're so likable, and like genuinely, it's hard to dislike you. And I just saw like as soon as the opportunity arose, I had to vote you out there. And it's nothing but respect, nothing but love, and can't wait to talk to you after the season.
Alex, you were someone who coming into this game being on the same tribe as you, I really felt like you were gonna be my number one. I really wanted you and I to work closely together. Um, the we ended up not being on the best of relations due to, I'll say, my own faults. Um, after when and after Timmy got out, I had multiple opportunities to be honest with you, and I wasn't. Um, I owned up to I owned up to you about that when we hit the merge, but I knew when it was never you reaching out for contact with me that the game relationship that I wanted to have with you just wasn't ever going to flourish. And like I've said a few times prior, if I can't trust you, you need to go. And I knew that I couldn't trust you in this game. Um, Also, I knew that you were going to be someone who knows how to, how to talk the talk, and you were going to be someone who is going to be scary sitting in the end. And you can also win the wins. You can win competitions. So getting that perfect opportunity to take you out at a point that seemed to benefit everyone was the best choice for me.
Yeah. Alex, your competition wins. Your ability to win competitions really was something that preceded you. I That's what I heard about the moment anyone had anything to say about you. Which made me really excited to compete against you in tic tac toe because I was like, if I can win tic tac toe, I'm going to be considered a strategic genius here. And then I lost. But I do want to say I really appreciated getting to know you a little bit this game. We weren't necessarily on the same page strategically for most of it, but I can just see how kind you are, how genuinely amazing of a person you are. And I'm glad we got to play this game as far into it as we could. And um or as yeah, as far into it as we did, I should say. And I'm just really glad I got to meet you.
Also, one more thing. The fact that he got taken out in Wheel the same day, like
You were rotting for that one.
that made me feel so bad. Like you deserve better than that. Like I'll say that you deserve better than that.
All right, next up is Austin.
I love Austin. Honestly, he was my final two in this game after
Shocker.
after Lee left. So honestly, I was really sad and pissed off that they voted you out. Like you did not deserve that. I wish we would have known. We could have voted Roberto and taken him out. So you're robbed.
Oh, Austin. Like when I mentioned I was scared of seeing Timmy on this cast, I was even more scared of seeing Austin on this cast. Like I was scared of seeing him. Like I know that he's chaotic, messy, can be a villainous player, like, but overall a nice person in general. And there were many times in this game where his name was thrown out, but he just kept on keeping on. And it was the one tribal that I did not vote in the majority for when you left, but there were plans ahead of time of you going there. And like, I wish you could have waited just one more round. But yeah, like it was nice to get to be on like kind of like a good side with you in this game in a way at points. And yeah, you were great. And another person that was taken out in Wheel like around the same time, like deserved better. I'll say it again. Deserved better.
I
You can go.
I really enjoyed playing this game with you, Austin. Austin's also one of those people that I've known ever since I have started playing orgs, and I've just been waiting for the day where we can work together in these games. And unfortunately, we were on the opposite side of the game the whole time up until the merge. Um, and usually, I have a hard time working with people who I haven't connected with early in the game. And Austin is just one of those people who was able to slowly pull me over, slowly get me there. It's because I really like you, Austin. You're one of the most genuine, kind people I know. And yeah, I just want to say it was great getting to go far in one of these with you. I genuinely thought of you as a front runner in the game when you went out, and that's the point of the game where I started trying to go for people who I thought had a strong chance of winning. And yeah, I hope you see that later.
Austin, you were someone who in this game I was really trusting. I was working with you for most of the merge. And yes, there were plans that round to take you out. However, I really was trying to switch it around to keep you. Um, I wanted it's hard because I knew you were a threat and I knew you needed to go. I just didn't think 7 was the smartest time to take you out. Um, but I think that unfortunately for you, just once again, it was another situation of your reputation preceding you, and you just weren't able to get out of that rut of people just seeing you as a big threat because of who you were. Um, I really, really enjoyed all the conversations that we had throughout this game, and I really do truly appreciate you for being as loyal to me as you were. I wish that things had gone differently, a little bit. However, for my game, you did need to leave before the end. And that's what I'll say. Like, I wish you didn't go out at 7. However, I'm glad you're not sitting next to me in Final Four.
All right. Next up is Roberto.
Roberto, oh my Lord. You were someone who I really, 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 really trusted until I didn't. You and I had conversations about turning the game around and taking Mike out. And unfortunate for me, but at the end of the day, unfortunate for you because you got voted out and I'm still here. Those conversations got back to me. Um, well, you went and told Mike, and those conversations got back to me. And I had in that exact very moment, I lost all trust with you that I could have at all. I really wanted to trust you again, but I knew that ultimately you sold me out to Mike, which made me know that you trusted Mike more than me. And I knew that sitting in the end, I couldn't sit next to Mike. So if you were gonna trust Mike over me, you had to go. Uh, you are great. You're so funny. You're so charismatic. And the biggest thing I appreciate is that even after the move to take you out at 7 failed, we were able to get on a call, have a conversation, talk it out like adults, and it didn't turn into this awkward thing where we couldn't talk about it and we had to act all awkward. I appreciate that a lot because that's hard for a lot of people to do. Is go talk to the person to the people who just tried to vote them out and have a fine conversation. So I appreciate that a lot. Do I wish things were different between us in the game? Yes, I do. I really, 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 really do. But that's where the chips fell.
Roberto, honestly, I love you so much. And I'm glad that we actually got to work together in this game because the last game we played, you sniped me pre-merge. And like I know that someone left with like a power, but like you didn't need to snipe me. You could have just been honest. But I'm glad we worked together in this game. I will be honest. The final two deal was kind of fake. I mean, I was gonna uphold it, but then you did what you did to Austin. But me and Austin both had an idea that we should make fake final twos. He was gonna make one with Adam, but he got too high and I forgot about it
We
because
can make one of those.
we were trying to keep y'all close. He was gonna keep Adam close, and I was gonna keep you close. So yeah. But I do love you as a person, and I did feel bad voting you out, but then I'm like, you didn't even include me in anything, and you kind of lied to me the vote before, and yeah, it really like rubbed me the wrong way. And then I heard about your final three with Jonathan and Mike, and I'm like, if I would have saved you, I would have gone fifth because Adam would have won the immunity, and y'all would have just voted me out. So yeah.
Oh, Roberto. We have quite a history. Last game we played, we ended up getting rivalry of the season. Still don't understand really how we had such a big rivalry, but like, I mean, we got the award, so it must have been something. And then this game, we came in actually being on good terms, and I was excited to like get to be on your good side. And then eventually we created the Inner Circle Alliance, and it made me even closer to you, and we got really, really close by making moves together in the end game alongside Adam and Mike. And like then I had heard from a little birdie that you were coming after me at some point, and I just knew I had to take the shot as soon as I possibly could before you would take the shot at me. And luckily for me, it worked out and you had left there. But it is nothing but respect because I know that like you are a great person and you were great to have around in this game. And I feel like you could have had a possible chance to win this game if you made it to the end. And it's genuinely nothing but respect. You're great. And I'm glad we got to have a close relationship in this game.
Roberto, we've now played two games together, probably in the span of 3 or 4 months. And it took until probably the final 3 to 5 days in this game to finally get a chance to work together. We have, we've never been able to get on the same page, but throughout it all, I just think you are such a genuinely great person. I'm really glad to have met you in these games, and I'm glad we finally pulled through to work together at the end. And I'm sorry I couldn't save you that last round. Um, that's just how it goes sometimes. Um, you were going to be in the end in my scenario of this game, along with you, Lauren, actually. So we weren't going to cut you, I don't think.
Okay.
I would have had to turn on one of my final three. um, but yeah, Roberto, I'm just really glad to have met you and play these games with you.
I will say I planted that seed. Sorry.
All right. And last but not least, we have Mike.
Can I request to go last for this?
Okay.
All right.
Mike, I wish we would have talked more in this game. Just every time we had conversations, you were very just like blah with me, honestly, and wouldn't share anything. So then I stopped giving you any information because you weren't giving me anything. But I did try with you. I really wanted us to work together because we had that third chat with me, you, and Cam. But I just knew we weren't working together at all this merge. We might have during the swap. I felt like you were a little more open, but like once merge hit, you like became a totally different person. Your conversations just became a little dry, and I just wish like we talked a little more about things.
Um, I've got a lot to say. I think about you, Mike. I've never made a friendship with anyone, starting with you and I shooting each other twice in a competition. Just blam, 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 blam. All right, we're good now. So that was interesting. That call that we had right after that happened was just exactly what I needed. I was like, I know I'm gonna go far with you in this game, and I'm really glad we were able to. Mike, you were always in my end game plans. If things had gone differently, you would have been there. You would have been here right now. Um, but I just want to say you're a genuinely great guy. Your friendship means a lot. Um, don't take anything that don't take my bitterness at myself and how I mishandled that these last couple of rounds personally. I really want to be friends with you after this game, and I am just really glad to have met you.
Mike, you were such a bright light in this game. Um, I loved um I loved all the calls we had, the conversations we had. You were someone who I knew that I needed to get close with when I came back into the game to have the opportunity and the chance to make it far. And so when I got back in, you were one of the first people who I really dove headfirst into getting to know. Thank God I did, because game or not, I love you, dude. You're great. Um, I will say you are just like me in the sense that we be saying shit just to say it. Um, my favorite thing, God don't like Brian. You saying that on call with me and Cam and Berto was the craziest fucking thing ever. But when you said that, I knew that we were kindred spirits. Uh Lord, I really, really wish things could have gone different in this end game. I really do. But unfortunately, at Final 7, you put me into a spot that wasn't the best. Um, I really just wish that that round you had told me, no, sorry, I'm gonna vote Austin, instead of leading me on to believe that you were gonna vote for Berto, especially because I trusted you so much. And once that happened, I knew that at the end of the day, I didn't have the trust wasn't as much there with me from your end as it was my end with you. And I was started to look at the big picture, and I knew that if I sat next to you in the end, it would be very, very hard to win. You just have that personality that lights up a room. You know how to talk to people, and you're a storyteller. And ultimately, sitting in that final tribal council, that's exactly what you're doing. You're telling your story on why you deserve to win. And I knew that out of the people who were in the end game, that you would be my biggest threat in that regard.
Oh, I've got a lot to say. So much I love to say. Mike, you're genuinely one of my favorite people, like that I've ever like got to meet in an org. Like immediately connected, and then once swap hit, we just immediately knew that we had to be number ones. And genuinely, like we had played this entire game together. We always decided on what we were going to do together, and we both knew that like no matter what, like we were always going to have the same mind swipes. And genuinely, just you made this game so much more fun for me. Like, despite all of the stress, all of the anxiety, all of the worries, you were the person that I could always come to for comfort. And it truly means a lot to me that I finally got to meet you in this game. And however, around Final Seven, like before the Final Seven Tribal, I knew that in order to have my best chances at winning this game, that I couldn't bring you to the end with me. So I had started planting those seeds as soon as I could. And like voting you out at Final Five genuinely hurt my heart so much, but I knew it was the right decision. And like I almost cried after I had voted for you. And I know that like you're not I really, really appreciate everything that we have done together in this game. The way that we turned this entire game around by flipping on Jackie. Like we just had this special bond. And like nobody else has ever made me feel that way in an org. And you truly mean a lot to me. And like I have nothing but love and respect for you. And I know that there is a huge chance that you will be getting player of the season this season because of how amazing of a game that you played. Like you played the hell out of this game, voted a majority at every single tribal except for the one that you like. I have nothing but love, respect, and like pure admiration for you, and cannot wait to continue talking with you after the season because you're genuinely an amazing, amazing person. And I'm glad to have met you officially in this game.
And with that, you guys have made it through every player who had been voted out in this season. To the four of you, I just want to say thank you so much. You guys have made it as far as you can, and I'm so proud of all four of you. You guys have proven that this season was needed, that people do need second chances. Some need third, but that's fine. Anyways, I am thankful for you guys. You guys are amazing.